Aloha, I'm Ed Kubo, the U.S. Attorney for Hawaii.
And I'm Major General Robert Lee, the Adjutant General for the Hawaii National Guard.
The Uniformed Services Employment and Reemployment Rights Act, also known as USERRA, is a federal law which helps National Guard and reservists deal with the potential problems and stress involved from switching between their civilian jobs and military service. This law protects your employment rights and prohibits discrimination against you because of your military service. This law clearly lays out rules concerning how you can temporarily depart from your civilian job, and it also tells you when and how you are to return to your employer after your military service is completed.
On the other hand, the Service Members Civil Relief Act, or SCRA, protects you and your family from financial obligations to third parties whenever you are mobilized. Under certain circumstances, this law allows you to break your lease with your landlord, terminate your lease of a car. It reduces the amount of interest you have to pay to creditors, and it affords you some protection from lawsuits filed against you. These federal protections for our military apply throughout the United States and its territories.
In this DVD, we hope that you will learn about your federal military rights when you receive your orders. And while you are on active duty, we would also encourage you to pass this DVD on to your spouse or to your parents so that they can learn about what your rights are and hopefully protect you as well.
As always, however, this DVD is only a general overview of what your rights are, and you should always talk to your commander or to your military legal representative for a better understanding about what your federal rights are.
We hope that with this training, you will be more knowledgeable and better able to protect your rights. You deserve our federal protection, and we are here to help you if you need us. On behalf of the United States Department of Justice
and the State of Hawaii Department of Defense,
thank you for your service to our nation.
Excuse me, boss, can I talk to you?
What?
I just gotta talk to you about some things.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, I just got some orders to deploy.
And when they gave you those orders?
A few days ago, and I'm gonna be deployed for about 15 months.
15 months? That's too long. You're kidding me. You gotta give the company more time than that. I cannot let you go. That's too long.
Am I in trouble? Under USERRA, how much notice do I need to give to my boss?
Aloha, I'm Lieutenant Colonel Charles Anthony, Public Affairs Officer for the Hawaii National Guard. Although you have to give your employer notice of your orders, written or oral notice is sufficient before you go on duty, unless that is not possible to give notice because of military necessity. In this case, the employee gave his boss verbal notice, and that is enough. When able to, however, it is always preferred that you give your notice in writing. Everyone is encouraged to let their bosses know how long they will be gone, but it is not required. Additionally, it does not matter if you volunteered for orders or if you were just ordered to begin service. Finally, if you volunteered for orders, please be sensitive to your employer's scheduling problems and try to submit requests for orders during times that are not peak business seasons and are not during the most popular vacation cycles.
If you're going to be away for that long of a time, you cannot stay with the company. So as of today, you are telling me you like quit.
Can he fire me? How long can I be on active duty till I have the right to return back to my company?
Employers have to allow an employee up to 5 years total voluntary military service. That total time doesn't include if you are involuntarily recalled to active duty, your drills during inactive duty training, your annual training, or any additional training requirements determined and certified in writing as necessary.
What?
Mr. Pennymiser, I have something to tell you. I just received my orders, and we have to vacate the apartment at the end of the month.
You have a contract with me, and your one-year lease is not up. and your contract requires you to give me 30 days notice. I will not allow you to break your lease, and I will expect you to continue to pay your monthly rent until your lease expires in 6 months. Otherwise, I'm going to sue you.
I just received my orders. Is there any way I can get out of this rental agreement since I won't be here?
Aloha, I'm Captain Kirsten Kennedy, U.S. Army, Special Assistant Attorney, District of Hawaii. If you have signed an agreement to rent property that you or your family are using, you can get out of the lease after you get your orders. But simply telling your landlord that you are breaking your lease is not enough. You must give your notice in writing after you receive your orders for active duty. In this case, the soldier did not give written notice and only orally told his landlord he was terminating the lease. This was the wrong way of doing it, because it should have been in writing. In any event, even after you give your notice in writing to your landlord, it will take a while before your lease will come to an end. If you have a month-to-month lease, once you give written notice, the lease will end 30 days after your next rental payment is due. Thus, if this is the middle of the month and your next rental payment is on the first day of next month, your lease will end at the end of next month. Finally, you should also get your security deposit back from your landlord, unless, of course, you have damaged the property.
Hello? Hi, sweetie. How are you doing?
Hi, honey. Our landlord just stopped by the apartment, and he told me that he wants us out by the end of the month.
Yes, sweetie. I know that my monthly income has decreased since my activation 4 months ago, and I realize that we've been falling short on our rent.
Yes, I've still been making monthly payments to the landlord every month as best as I can, even though it's not the full rental amount, and I don't know what to do.
All right, so tell me, when the landlord came to talk to you, did he give you any court papers telling us to get out?
No, but the landlord told me that he has another family who can pay the full rent amount, whereas we can't.
Can I be evicted from my apartment while I'm on active duty?
While you are on active duty, you cannot be evicted from your apartment without a court order, provided that your rent is $1,200 per month or less. In this case, if the soldier is paying $1,200 or less per month, his family cannot be evicted by the landlord without a court order. If your landlord does try to get a court order to evict you, you have the right to ask the court to delay the eviction for up to 3 months. The court will grant the stay of the eviction if you can prove that your ability to pay the rent was materially affected by either your or your spouse's military service.
The repo man also stopped by our apartment yesterday and told me that they'll be returning tomorrow to repossess all the furniture we bought a few months ago because we haven't paid.
Sweetie, is this the furniture we bought on installment from the store before I got activated?
Yes, and I don't know what to do because a car dealer also called, and he may also repossess our family car too.
What about my car payments and my furniture rentals? Can those be repossessed while I'm on active duty?
If you signed an installment contract to purchase or to lease to purchase any property before being called up for duty, then the seller will need to get a court order before repossessing the property or terminating the contract with you. In this case, since the soldier purchased the furniture and car before his activation, his family is protected and they cannot be repossessed without a court order. You will be protected from repossession if your ability to make the payments is materially affected by your active duty service.